Welcome to Your Times. Today we're exploring Pathyadi Kadha, ancient wisdom for headaches. Let's dive right in. Pathyadi Kadha. It's quite a well-regarded formulation in Ayurveda, isn't it? Especially for neurological health. I mean, it's not something new. This herbal decoction, it's been used for ages for various head issues, Shiroroga, as they call it. And it seems particularly helpful where, maybe conventional approaches haven't quite hit the mark for those stubborn headaches. So today, let's unpack its uses, how it's typically taken, and its potential for things like migraines, even nerve pain.
Absolutely. And what's really key to understand is that Pathyadi Kadha isn't just, a random mix of herbs. It's a very specific, carefully crafted Ayurvedic preparation, really designed for the head and the nervous system. It relies on the synergy between the herbs to balance the doshas, primarily Vata and Pitta. And often imbalances in Pitta are seen as the root causes of head discomfort in Ayurveda.
Right. So when you say it's effective, what's it actually doing? What are its main jobs, so to speak?
Right. Well, it works on several levels. First, it's a really good detoxifier. It helps get rid of that metabolic waste, what we call ama. Think of ama as like sticky gunk that can block channels. Second, it actually helps strengthen the nervous system itself, crucial for pain and overall nerve health. Third, it plays a role in regulating blood flow in the brain, ensuring good circulation. And very importantly, it has anti-inflammatory effects along the nerve pathways.
Okay.
Its taste is bitter tikta rasa, which helps cool down excess pitta, that sort of inflammatory energy. But it also has a warming energy, ushna virya, which balances vata's coldness and dryness. So this combination makes it uniquely suited for conditions where both vata and pitta are involved. It basically cleanses the blood going to the head, nourishes nerve tissue, majadhatu, and brings vata and pitta back into balance.
Wow, that sounds incredibly comprehensive. Like
Yeah.
it's tackling the issue from multiple angles. When you mention that kind of multi-pronged effect, I immediately wonder about the ingredients. Are there specific herbs doing the heavy lifting here?
It's definitely the combination, the synergy that matters most. But yes, there are some standout ingredients. Neem, for instance, Azadirachta indica. It's very cooling, great for pacifying pitta and reducing inflammation. Plus, its antimicrobial properties can help with, say, heat-induced headaches or scalp problems.
Hmm.
Then there's Suryaavarta, Suryaavarta, a fantastic blood purifier, helps reduce fever. It clears toxins, especially from those tiny blood vessels in the head, cooling down pitta-related inflammation.
Okay.
And Amalaki, Emblica officinalis, you probably know it as Indian gooseberry. It's packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, really good for rejuvenating tissues. And what's special is it balances all three doshas, plus it has neuroprotective qualities for long-term nerve health.
Right.
And we can't forget Giloy, Tinospora cordifolia. It's a brilliant nervine tonic, reduces inflammation, helps nerve impulses coordinate better, really valuable for nerve pain, even some immune-related headaches.
That's quite a lineup. Okay, let's get practical. Headaches come in so many forms. How about Suryaavarta? That sounds very specific, related to the sun, almost cyclical.
Exactly. Surya is sun, Avarta is cycle. It describes it perfectly. It's a pitta-dominant condition. The headache typically starts with the sunrise, gets worse, peaks around midday, and then fades as the sun sets. Pathyadi Kadha, with its cooling herbs like Neem and Amalaki, is really key here. It helps soothe that excess pitta, that heat and inflammation.
So how would you know if that's what you're experiencing? What are the telltale signs?
Well, you'd consistently see the headache worsen with the sun, peaking midday. Often there's a distinct burning or heat sensation, maybe in the forehead. Sensitivity to light, eye discomfort are common too. Sometimes irritability or restlessness goes along with it. For this specific type, the usual recommendation is about 30 milliliters twice a day before food, ideally with cool water or maybe a shatavari decoction, and you'd want to stick with it for, say, 4 to 6 weeks for real relief.
And can you combine it with other things to boost the effect, especially if the symptoms are quite strong?
Oh, absolutely. Complementary therapies can be very helpful. For example, if there's a lot of mental agitation or anxiety with the headache, something like Brahmi syrup could be added. It's calming. And for that immediate burning feeling on the forehead, applying Chandanadi Talam externally offers nice, cool relief.
Okay, so that covers headaches linked to something external like the sun. But what about those really intense, often one-sided pains, what we usually call migraines? How does Ayurveda view that, and how does Pathyadi Kadha fit in? I think it's called Ardhavabhedaka.
Yes, Ardhavabhedaka is the Ayurvedic term, and it aligns very closely with migraine. It's seen as a complex issue involving both Vata and Pitta imbalances. These affect how the nervous system controls blood flow and processes sensory information. Pathyadi Kadha works well here because it helps regulate that cerebral blood flow, reduces nerve inflammation, and calms that sort of nerve hyperexcitability. And here's something really interesting. The way Pathyadi Kadha is traditionally prepared involves fermentation. This process actually enhances its ability to support gut health, which is fascinating, right? Because modern science is now really emphasizing the gut-brain axis in migraines. It seems Ayurveda understood, perhaps intuitively, that healing the gut could be crucial for calming the head.
That gut-brain link is powerful stuff. So what are the classic signs of Ardhavabhedaka?
Typically, it's a one-sided headache. Often there's an aura beforehand, visual or sensory changes. Nausea, vomiting, extreme light sensitivity are very common companions. The pain itself is often described as pulsating or maybe a pricking feeling, and it gets worse with movement. Triggers are common too: stress, maybe fasting, hormonal cycles in women, certain foods. Dosage is generally similar: 30 milliliters twice daily with lukewarm water before meals. But for chronic migraines, you'd look at a longer duration, at least 2 months. And during an acute attack, using cooling oils on the head alongside it can help.
And what about combining it with other herbals for more complete migraine support?
Good question. For migraines with anxiety or sleep issues, more Vata-type symptoms, a medicated ghee like Kalyanaka Grita can be very beneficial. It really nourishes the nervous system. For women experiencing hormonal migraines tied to their cycle, something like Ashwagandha, a uterine tonic, can be helpful.
Okay, let's shift again. Anantavata. This one sounds like it starts in the neck and radiates upwards, kind of like a tension headache or cervicogenic headache.
That's a very good way to put it. Anantata is primarily driven by aggravated vata in the neck area, the nerves, the muscles. Pathyadi Kadha helps by nourishing the nerve tissue there, lubricating the joints in the neck, reducing inflammation, and easing muscle tension. Its warming quality is important here too because it counters Vata's cold and dry nature, helping restore some ease and flexibility.
What are the typical symptoms for Anantavata? What should someone be looking for?
The key is pain radiating from the neck up to the scalp, often just on one side. You'll likely also have neck stiffness, maybe muscle cramps, reduced range of motion in the neck. The headaches often get worse with certain neck movements or postures, and sometimes other Vata signs like dryness or constipation might be present. For this, the dose is often 30 milliliters, but combined with the Dashamula Kwatha. Dashamula is excellent for deep-seated Vata issues and structural support, taken twice daily before meals, usually for maybe 2 to 3 months to see structural improvements.
And how do other formulations fit in for these neck-related headaches? Is it a layered approach?
Yes, often phased. Initially, say the first few weeks, Pathyadi Kadha plus Dashamula Kwatha is the core, tackling that aggravated Vata. If joint pain in the neck persists after maybe the first month, adding something like Maha Rasnadi Quath might be considered. And for longer-term support and prevention, taking ashwagandha churna internally helps strengthen tissues, and using bala taila externally nourishes the nerves and tissues in the neck. Of course, things like good posture, managing stress, and specific neck exercises or yoga are really crucial complements here too.
Now, chronic headaches. They're a real challenge for so many people. Suggest something deeper going on.
Exactly. Chronic headaches usually point to long-standing imbalances, maybe doshas being out of whack for a long time, tissues being depleted, or toxins building up. Pathyadi Kadha's strength here is its multi-pronged approach. It works systematically, it detoxifies, it strengthens the nervous system, and it corrects those underlying Vata and Pitta disturbances. It's not usually a quick fix, but it works gradually, deeply, on the root cause, aiming for lasting change rather than just masking symptoms.
So how does it achieve that systematic management over time? Can you elaborate on those broader actions?
Sure. So the detoxification piece eliminates those built-up toxins, clearing the channels that might be contributing to the pain cycle. It acts as a nerve tonic, nourishing depleted nerve tissue, which helps raise the pain threshold naturally over time. It directly addresses the Vata-Pitta imbalances that keep the chronic cycle going. And it improves circulation and lymphatic drainage in the head, ensuring good nourishment and waste removal. For chronic situations, the dosage might be 30 to 60 milliliters twice daily before food for at least 2 or 3 months. Dosage might need adjustment based on the person. After that main phase, a lower maintenance dose, maybe 30 milliliters once daily for another month or 2, can help solidify the benefits and prevent recurrence. Consistency really is key for these cumulative effects.
Okay, so switching gears slightly. Neuralgic pain, those sharp shooting pains along nerve paths. How does Pathyadi Kadha help there?
Neuralgic pain is mostly seen as a Vata aggravation. Vata disrupts nerve signals and makes pain receptors more sensitive. Pathyadi Kadha helps by reducing inflammation around the nerves, easing muscle spasms that might be pinching nerves, and improving how nerve impulses are coordinated. Ingredients like Giloy and Haritaki are particularly good nervine tonics, helping regulate pain signals and support nerve tissue integrity.
So how does it work directly on the nerves to provide that relief?
Well, it reduces inflammation of the nerve sheath itself, that protective covering. That's often a major source of sharp pain. By balancing Vata, it helps normalize those erratic nerve impulses. Plus, the antioxidant properties of some herbs protect the nerve fibers from damage that can make pain persist. Dosage usually starts at 30 milliliters twice daily, but for really acute nerve pain, it might temporarily go up to 40 milliliters 3 times a day, then back down for maintenance. Applying warming oils like Mahanari and Tila externally along the nerve path can also provide significant comfort.
And are there specific complementary remedies that work well alongside it for this type of pain?
Yes, definitely. Ashwagandha Rishta is often recommended. It strengthens the nervous system overall and can reduce pain sensitivity, especially if there's weakness involved. And for external use, Bala Ashwagandha Thaila is specifically formulated for nerve issues. Regular massage with it can strengthen and protect the nerves. It's really part of a broader approach.
It sounds like sometimes headaches aren't just Vata or just Pitta, but a mix. How does Pathyadi Kadha handle those complex Vata-Pitta scenarios?
You're absolutely right. Those mixed Vata-Pitta headaches can be tricky. Vata brings the variability, the dryness, the nerve sensitivity. Pitta brings the intensity, the heat, the inflammation. Pathyadi Kadha is actually quite uniquely suited for this. Its bitter taste, tikta rasa, cools and pacifies the Pitta element. But its warming energy, Ushnavirya, helps balance Vata's coldness and dryness. So it has this dual action that works well when you have symptoms of both maybe fluctuating pain, but with a sharp inflammatory edge.
That makes sense. So what are the signs you'd look for? How can you tell it's this specific Vata-Pitta mix?
With Vata dominance, you might see pain that changes location or timing, maybe dry eyes or scalp, anxiety, dizziness. The pain might feel like it's moving. That with Pitta more prominent, the pain is sharp, burning, there's sensitivity to heat, bright lights, maybe irritability, or even some skin redness. When you see elements of both, that's the mixed picture. Dosage is typically in the 30 to 60 milliliter range, twice daily with lukewarm water before meals, usually for 2 to 3 months. If there's a strong Pitta flare-up, you might temporarily take it with coconut water or add other cooling herbs.
And what combinations work well to target these mixed imbalances specifically?
Brahmi Grita is a great one. It's a medicated ghee that helps with the mental side, clarity, anxiety, while also cooling Pitta. For very acute burning headaches where Pitta is really high, something like Suchakaras might be used for faster relief.
We keep coming back to detoxification. It seems central to how Pathyadi Kadha works for ongoing head issues. Can you expand on its role in cleansing the head region?
Yes, detoxification, or Shiroshodhan, is fundamental in Ayurveda for chronic head problems. The idea is that toxins, ama, build up in the channels supplying the head, blocking nutrients and energy flow, leading to neurological symptoms. Pathyadi Kadha is excellent at this. It helps eliminate ama, clears those blocked channels, stratas, and purifies the blood, rakta shatana. Neem and Shiraya, which we mentioned earlier, are real powerhouses for this cleansing action in the head region.
So what does that detox journey actually feel like for someone? Can you walk us through it?
It's usually a gradual process. Maybe once 1-2 is amapachana digesting the toxins. You might even notice symptoms shift or slightly increase temporarily as things start moving. Then weeks 3-4, srodhana clearing the channels. People often report improved mental clarity, less head heaviness, fewer morning headaches. Weeks 5-6 is rakta blood purification, better circulation, better oxygen delivery. And weeks 7 to 8, dhatupashana, nourishing the tissues, strengthening the nervous system for more lasting resilience.
That phased approach is helpful. How would someone know if they might benefit from this kind of detox for their headaches? What are the signs?
There can be physical clues, a persistent dullness or heaviness in the head, headaches worse in the morning but better after clearing bowels, maybe scalp issues like dandruff or symptoms lingering after an illness, and mental clues, feeling foggy, slow thinking, irritability, concentration fluctuating. For detox, the dose is often 30 milliliters twice daily before food on an empty stomach for at least 3 weeks. And drinking plenty of water, like 2 to 3 liters a day, is important to help flush things out.
Are there other formulations that can support this detox process?
Yes, Mahamajistari Kwath is often used alongside it for deeper skin and blood purification, and taking Trifluchurna at night helps support elimination through the bowels, which is key for getting rid of mobilized toxins.
Okay, finally, safety, always important. How well is Pathyadi Kadha tolerated, generally? Any specific precautions?
Generally, it has an excellent safety profile, especially when used under guidance. It's been used for centuries with minimal issues reported. It's best suited for Vata Pitta types or conditions. Very rarely, some people might find it slightly drying due to the rukshaguna of some herbs. Usually, this is easily managed by adjusting the dose or maybe taking it with a little ghee or milk.
Okay.
But yes, there are crucial precautions. If someone has active stomach ulcers, it should be used cautiously, maybe combined with soothing herbs like licorice or taken with ghee. If someone is extremely dry constitutionally, it might need modification with more moistening herbs. For young children, say under 7, definitely only under professional supervision with adjusted doses. And when combining therapies, avoid super hot, spicy foods. Be cautious if also taking strong purgatives. For weakened individuals, always combine it with nourishing tonics or rasianas. And, of course, be aware of potential interactions if you're on other medications. Always best to check. If combining multiple decoctions, dosages need careful adjustment. Really, a proper assessment by someone qualified is key for the best and safest results.
That was a truly fascinating look into Pathyadi Kadha. It really highlights how these ancient systems viewed the body and offered such, well, sophisticated support. So here's something for you to think about. Reflecting on your own experiences, how might understanding this interplay of Vata and Pitta, that idea of heating versus cooling, movement versus stability, give you a new perspective on physical sensations you experience regularly? If you found this discussion valuable, please do subscribe to the Ayur Times channel. We explore many aspects of health and wellness, and we genuinely want to hear from you. If you have questions or thoughts, please leave them in the comments below.